what have you learned about yourself going through this whole experience?
Our life is very uncertain. You have no time to wait to do good for others. You don't want to wait for the right time to come. This time is right for you. Help people, be compassionate.
It's a good lesson.
When you die, you have two options, whatever you have. Either you give it or you leave it. You're not going to take anything with you except good blessings from the people and your good karma.
Yeah.
That's the only two things going to come with you.
Welcome everyone to today's episode of the EG Dominates podcast. I'm really excited to introduce our guest, Dr. Hardik Patel from Love Your Smile Family Dentistry, right here in Cocoa Beach, Florida. Dr. Patel earned his Doctor of Dental Surgery degree from the University of Florida and has advanced training in cutting-edge dental techniques. He's known for his compassion, care, and commitment to making every patient feel welcome. So let's dive in and get to know Dr. Patel a bit more. Dr. Patel, welcome to the EG Dominates podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Man, this is really cool. You and I have known each other for a couple of years. I had met you a couple months before my oral cancer diagnosis.
Yes.
And so I always enjoy catching up with you and kind of filling you in on what's going on with me. And you've had a lot of changes in your life personally and professionally over the last year and a half. And I'm excited for you to kind of share with the world a little bit more about yourself and who you are and what you're passionate about personally and professionally.
So, originally I'm from India. I grew up in very small town in state of Gujarat in India. By profession, my father is a doctor. My mom used to be a lawyer, but since I born, she quit her practice and focused on raising me and my brother after. And as I grew up, my dad always wanted to have me to be in healthcare profession. Well, he was doctor, so and he has a lot of people coming to him with their dental problems because of lack of education, awareness, and obviously none or very little availability of dentist in the area. So he planted that seed in my mind, like try to pursue a career in dentistry, which I was least interested in beginning. And I still completed my dental school in India just because my dad has a wish like I should do something in dentistry. But in the journey, I started liking dentistry in third or final year of my dental school in India. Mm-hmm. Obviously, I'm talking about back in 2008 and 9. The overall structure of dental schools or the dental education in India wasn't structured at all. So when I graduate, yes, I graduate with really good clinical skills, like number of patients we treat, but it was not really the systematic way. It was just like the patient comes and you see them and you treat them. You never control the quality of care. You never look at other things. But that was my training. And also I have some mentors during my dental school. And then I graduate with my dental degree in 2011. And I was about to establish my own practice in the same town I was living in.
So I'm going to stop you for a second. So you're kind of leading up to where this is going to go once you graduate dental school. Can you tell the audience here, so where you're from? West India. It's a state. What's the name of the state?
The state is called Gujarat.
Okay. And how many people live there? How big is it compared to something that people, I guess, could perceive here in the United States?
So the population of the whole state is somewhere around, I would say, around 70 million right now.
Wow, 70 million.
70 million. Yes, India is very dense populated country. It's almost third time more population than the USA. So, and the west coast of India, especially when we talk about Gujarat, Mumbai, and all that area where people like to come and settle down, because those states are still financially controlling the whole India. They have all the resources available, and it's fastest growing states from since India got independence. So yes, we have like very dense population in our states.
So 70 million people from a size. How big is the land that we're talking about?
It's a little bit, I would say, bigger than Florida,
Okay.
but not like that big like Texas or some other big states here in the country. I'm just putting as a comparison standpoint.
So big area. What was it like for you growing up? So first of all, you have a mom and dad, any siblings?
Yes, I have one younger brother.
And how much younger is he?
He's 3 years younger than me.
And he in India or?
Yeah, he's in India.
Okay.
Yeah, he's with my parents.
What does he do?
He is a chemical engineer by profession, and he works for one chemical factory. He has his own family now. He has 2 kids and very small family.
Are you guys close?
Yes,
That's
we do.
awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so keep in touch on a
Yep.
weekly basis.
Pretty much once or twice at least a week.
Okay.
Yep.
So he goes chemical engineering route. You're going the medical professional route.
Uh-huh.
You have a family, it sounds like, of high achievers, right?
Yes.
Testament to your mom and dad. I'm assuming that they instilled a lot of good qualities and culture and
Yes,
traditions into what life was like for you growing up. How has that kind of impacted, I guess, your ability to, I mean, look what you've accomplished. You become a dentist. You move to the United States. You have to go back and get re-credentialed. I mean, you own a practice. You just opened a second practice. Like, I'm sure that all of this starts at the core from early upbringing, right?
Yes. So, well, it's not really related to how I raised back in India. I literally had no vision to come to this country and accomplish whatever I'm doing right now or I will be doing in the future. It was just like as time goes and I open up or broaden my vision and I started accomplish things. But I always have that inner conscious in my mind, like I want to help the people the way my dad was helping people, or he's doing till this date. Less, he is not really working full time right now, but I have seen him waking up middle of the night and visit people's house and treat them, because back then people didn't even have a connectivity to the smaller town when they live in the village. So those some instances and the way I saw him, it make me really make me to help people in whatever I can to do to help them. So even though sometimes I have to go out of my way and help them, and that's how my parents wants me to do in future or in my life.
Mm-hmm.
So that helps me really well in accomplishment of dentistry here in as well. Well, obviously, when I came to this country in 2013, with no exposure to how the dentistry works here, no formal guidance on how to apply to dental schools and all, I was in small town in Georgia where my in-laws were.
How did you decide to go from India to the United States? Like, take us to like how all that.
So it's a little crazy story behind. So back in 2011, the financial condition of the country was not that good in India, especially, and the dentist has never been valued the way they should be, and it was all struggle to find even an employment as being a dentist in India at that time. So all
Why
this,
do you think that is, Doc? Do you think, I mean, is it just a profession where there's an overabundance of dentists, or is dentistry just not valued from,
Yeah, it was never been valued in dentistry. Even So when I graduate, nobody was really value you as a doctor or professional. They still value like you are somebody like ordinary job.
Okay.
And the compensation was like literally as compensation of uh, a clerk or somebody in the any entity.
Somebody that didn't go to school
Yes,
for a higher degree of
absolutely.
yes.
And obviously not that much of awareness in the people as well. Like teeth are very important part of their life. And obviously India was struggling financially as well on global level, so that was not any or much resources available to grow and flourish as being a dentist. So when I graduate, I always, not only me but many other young dentists like me, they have a dream to leave India and go outside and establish themselves. And obviously your goal is to make money or be financially stable.
So is this something that you were thinking about for a couple of years, or?
So I was thinking, yes, that was, but I wasn't in a plan to come here like through my bottom of my heart. But uh, the way things happen in my life, I was still few months out. I was still in my dental school, and my father-in-law came to meet my dad. And it was still kind of like we still believe in having arranged marriages back then. So that's how he approached my dad first before even knowing me, through somebody, like somebody give him referral, like, hey, I know this is a doctor, this is a family and his son is about to be a dentist. And my father-in-law was here and he was looking for like dentist guy for his daughter. And he was in India for a few months and meeting different families and know them and try to find a right match.
What year?
2011.
Okay.
I was 23 at that time.
Okay.
And he came to our town without knowing us, and he started talking to some people they know my father without having any uh, our consent or something. So, and he stayed outside for 2 days and he inquired about my family from in and out. And then finally he met my dad, and he knows me. Then he talked to me and he tried to know more about, and he find like, I'm good fit for his daughter. And then he came back here to the country and he sent my wife to India just to meet me. And we met couple of times as like formal casual meeting with other family members. And then we decided like we should get married. And
So,
that's how I came in
man,
here.
okay. So you're blowing my mind right now. We're talking about this on camera, which is crazy because this is like something I think that a lot of people that are from the United States, they want to know more about. People are really curious about this.
Yeah.
So we're talking about pretty recent. You're talking about 2011, right?
Yes.
Is arranged marriages in 2025 still as prominent as it was 15, 20 years ago?
Well, things are changing as well back in India too, because now we have much more better resources available. People have opened up their own thoughts, because they India is pretty kind of like connected globally now. So the whole thing is started shifting towards more like a Western culture in India too. So it's still happening, the arranged marriages and all, but now people are started doing more kind of like they find their partners by their own.
Yeah, people that are in
Yeah,
their 20s are like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, people like parents are losing grip over all these things, but it's still happening.
So what do you think about that?
So my thing is like the way I brought up, I have seen my entire family, how they get married without knowing each other for a long time, like formal dating and all. That was not a culture in India back then, even till this date. Yes, people still do like date each other and try to find a right fit, but back then it wasn't.
And that wasn't too long ago. 20
Yes,
yeah.
yes, but the way I see my parents and my dad's brothers and how they get married and how they succeed in their own relationship, it make me develop as a person. Like nobody is kind of perfect for you. You just have to make it perfect. In relationship, like, you just have to understand each other, be compatible to each other. Yes, you give up something, the other person give up something, and you come or perform on a mutual platform, and that's how I feel like that's a key to success of any relationship.
So how many years have you been married?
We just celebrated our 15th anniversary last month.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
15.
15, yep.
That's great. So 15 years married, how long did you guys know each other for before you got married?
That's what I told you. Like, we just met twice because she came.
So just two meetings.
2 meetings,
And how much?
5 to 10 minutes each, and third meeting we got married.
Wow.
Because she came for her cousin's wedding, I was still finding my ways, establishing myself in dentistry. I was graduate at that time, and I was working for somebody. And so I didn't have much time to go and meet her because she was in different city and I was in different town.
Mm-hmm.
And in India back then, even till this date, you work Sunday to Sunday. You don't have week or day off.
No time off.
So I couldn't literally go and meet her like for a day or something, or spend some time together.
How often, I guess, in doing this, to your knowledge, does it not work out? How often, just overall, would you say two people get together that don't really know each other, and after a couple months are like, this isn't going to work?
Well, we've been through, like, when you are young and you literally have no really understanding of how the relationship worked, because I was 24 when I got married. She was 23.
Mm-hmm.
But we still kind of like argue, not really fight, like, so much aggression, but we still argue a lot on very high level in beginning. And then I always go to temple and I read some different books on relationship. So I started changing myself first, then I expect my wife change herself first. So she started seeing me.
She started growing together.
Yes. So, and then she changed something, and then we talk a lot back and forth, like what I don't like, what she doesn't like it. So I stopped doing that, and she started doing whatever I don't, whatever is good for us. So, and that's how we started growing our relationship together.
Communication
Plus that having that clear, concise in both of our mind, like, yes, we get together and we got married, and now we have to make it work till we die.
That's awesome.
That's, and whatever it takes for it, and we'll do it.
That's a good mindset to have. But I think
Yep.
too many younger people in the
Yep.
United States, especially, I think the statistic is, like almost 50% of marriages end in divorce these days. So to be able to align on the same page, grow together, be able to set expectations, included define what those look like for what you want your relationship together to look like, is a magical thing. So I commend you on that. And you have 2 children as well, correct?
Yes, I do have 2 daughters. Older one is 8 and little one is 6.
So you're setting a good example for them.
Absolutely.
As well. So you get married. Did your wife and your wife's family had no idea that you were going to sweep her off her feet and move to the United States, or did they know that ahead of time?
So that's another thought process in her family. So they came as immigrants in the country back in 2000. My father-in-law came here in 1992, and he struggled. He established himself, and then he called my wife, my brother-in-law, and my mother-in-law in the 2000 or 2001.
Okay.
And they always have that thought process behind, like the way we came here and we established ourselves and we are financially stable. So that's our duty now, to help one more family from India, to bring them here and have them succeed or have them better life. And that was the reason, and she aligned with her father's thought, and that's the reason she came to India and get married, which is really unusual for somebody who brought up here and completely have American way brought up.
Yeah. How has she been able to adjust to life living in the United States?
Well, she was 10 when she came to this country, so it was really huge change. But over the time, there her mom especially played big role in their development, especially my wife and my brother-in-law, because my father-in-law was still very hardworking guy at that time with no education, so he was doing odd jobs just to make the family survive. But they see their parents' struggles and still meeting their end needs, so they help them to instill those things like working hard, having compassion, and helping people, watching their parents. So it they still kind of able to manage the culture from India to here in the country as well.
You moved here, call it 13 years ago?
Yes.
Okay. What was your own personal experience like moving to the United States? So do you move here, do you feel like people that are from the United States were receiving you with open arms? Like, did you feel like it was easy to move here and to do the things that you've wanted to do over the last 10 to 12 years? What just overall, what's been the biggest, I guess, most positive things and maybe some of the biggest challenges?
So, well, it was obviously when you are in India and you think about coming here, you know what exactly you're gonna be into, what conditions or what challenges you're gonna come up with. Obviously, I knew from beginning, like the journey to pursue dentistry here will not be easy at all. So I was prepared mentally, and yes, I had a good support from my in-laws. So when I came here first, they helped me like, hey, just don't go to work right now, we can support you financially, and you just finish your boards. So I focus on my boards in the beginning. It still took me couple of years to complete my dental boards and start actual application process, but they helped me a lot in that journey. I still kind of went out and work in a convenience store or gas stations for a bit, and just to have an idea like how to talk to people and how to understand them or how to know the country better way.
Yeah.
And obviously, yes, you want to be making some money to to be financially stable,
Sure.
because
Support
you
yourself.
cannot be at your in-laws house forever.
Sure.
So me and my wife made that decision, and she supported me a lot because she was in a nursing school. I just came, but she finished her school and I started working. So somehow we managed to make it our way, and then she started working, and it was kind of like supporting each other in the journey. And then we moved to Florida finally in 2016 when I got my hygiene license.
Okay, so let's stop there. Lots of good information, building the story up nicely for us. Why Florida? How did you guys get to this area?
So at that time, as being an international dentist,
You said you were in Georgia previous
yes,
to this?
I was in Georgia,
Okay.
and the Florida was the only state where I can work as a dental hygienist,
Okay.
as being a international dentist, and not going to dental hygiene school.
Okay.
So based on my credentials, the Florida is the only state who welcomes us and do work as a dental hygienist.
Okay.
Obviously, you've been looking for more money. Plus, another thought process was, since I have a mentor and who went through the same journey, he recommended me like move to Florida, start working as a hygienist, and see how the dentist office functions before you go to dental school. And it also helps you to make your profile a little better than the other applicants.
What are
And
some of the biggest differences when you're talking about that workflow or offices being in office? What are some of the biggest differences here compared to where you came from in India?
it's a whole day and night difference, because back I was in India, and the way I got trained, as I told you, it was nothing systematic approach to dentistry, not sterilization protocol. Everything is on paper, but nothing is implemented on in the office.
Wow.
I know how dentistry I was doing because of lack of resource, lack of financial stability. So you just treat the people the way they come in and you just kind of make it work. Even though despite the facts, like you are not doing right thing and treating people in this way, but you have no options at that time. And here it's kind of like everything is to the book the way it should be, the protocol wise, the cleanliness and the workflow and all. So it was really fascinating for me to come from how I was and where I will be down the road.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, so you're here. You moved to this area, right? This is the first area you moved to in Florida?
Yes.
Okay, so you're a hygienist for how many years before you complete your doctorate?
So I started my dental hygiene journey in 2016 and I got accepted at University of Florida and I started my school in 2019. So a little bit around 3 years I was dental hygienist.
Okay. And you complete your doctorate, right?
Yes, I did complete 2 years AGD program at University of Florida and I graduate in 2021.
Okay, so 2021, and then from there, you're like, hey, I can either join a dental practice or I can start my own dental practice.
Well, it wasn't thought when I when I graduated from dental school, but me and my wife, we always have a preference to come back to the same area when we were living and when we started our actual family, because we had good friends and we like to live in small town, so we always wanted to let's go back where we were before. Yes, I tried to find some employment. I never had a plan to have my own practice, but the way things happen, I started working for somebody and things didn't go well as we planned or as I was promised. So it just bring a lot of frustration, like, hey, what I'm doing, and things are not working out. So I spoke to my friend who is mentor as well for me. He's a practicing dentist in Orlando, and he was like, why you want to move to any other associateship? I was like, I just need to be financially stable first and know or understand the market or the business. He said, just buy a practice, and that's how you learn. Like something smaller scale you start with, and you learn, and then you grow yourself. And he pushed me, and I was like, as being fresh out of school, you don't have good financial condition. The bank might not give you be able to help you financially to even buy a practice. It was like, buy it, we'll figure out something. He was pretty confident on, and he knows my credential. He pushed me during my residency. I spent a lot of time on advanced education in implant dentistry, and I had opportunities to do advanced dentistry as well during my residency. So it helps me a lot and make myself very confident about I can perform good clinical dentistry outside. And but he pushed me a lot, and he find a ways to find a bank and financing for me to buy a practice.
Sounds like a pretty good friend. Why don't you give this guy a shout out? What's his name? Dr. what?
His name is Hardik Patel. And another friend who make the financial things work for me by taking guarantee on him on my behalf is Dr. Vishnu Patel. He's a nephrologist in the town. Very nice guy, very godly person. But I didn't know until the bank told me he is taking hidden guarantee on you, and the bank made it work.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yep.
Really setting you up for success.
Yes.
So you bought this practice then in what year?
In end of 2021.
Okay, so we are here in your office. This is Love Your Smile Dentistry. We're right here on County Road 1, right? This is
Yes.
A1A?
Uh-huh.
We're A1A.
Right, A1A, very close to downtown Cocoa Beach.
We're literally across the street from the ocean.
Yes.
Do you ever go to the beach on lunch break?
Yes.
Work on your tan?
Little bit, yeah, just to, just to find myself.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably nice to be able to
Yeah.
escape, walk across the street, and within a minute you're on the beach.
Yes,
Kind of, right?
absolutely.
That's great. So I know you have big plans. You also just purchased and are opening a second office, a second location.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
So I'm opening up another location in Merritt Island. At least, when I started my first practice, obviously I wasn't clear on my vision, like where I want to be in dentistry. But over the time, I come up with some really good clinicians and getting mentorship from them and watching them what kind of dentistry they are doing and what's their vision in the future for the dentistry, and it aligned my thoughts as well. And I open up my own vision, and I find this opportunity where I can do really built out and have a good successful practice as well.
So what exactly is your vision? If I'm watching this right now, and you're trying to speak to somebody that doesn't know you, maybe I'm looking for a dentist in your area. What is your vision?
So my vision is to perform comprehensive care for any patient, and which works best for them rather than just one tailored treatment plan for everybody. So it's more like helping them in a better way, creating longevity of the work I do perform in and obviously the whole idea behind to changing their life in a better and positive way.
That's beautiful. I know there's some things, some aspects of dentistry that you're really passionate about, something that you and I kind of had some, we've shared some meals and we've really kind of dove into kind of what your specific passions are in dentistry. One of those is occlusal adjustment to bring people out of facial pain and jaw pain. Can you kind of walk the viewers that are watching this kind of through what your specific passions in dentistry entail?
So, well, this is something like not really many dentists really addressing this concern, and even sometimes people doesn't have awareness like the dentist really can help them with their facial pain or migraine headache situation. I kind of started seeing quite a few people in my practice, and couple of cases like they were in really serious help, and we had a different approach. I referred them to different people I knew, including neurology intervention and all, and they come out with a very aggressive approach in their treatment with very little rate of success. Then I started looking back like how I can help these people in a least invasive way and still improve their quality of life or day-to-day operations, because one patient, it really opens up my entire vision in this particular area, and it makes me think in the different direction, like how I can be less invasive, still very proven technique or methods or treatment modalities that can change their life in a positive way. And then I started doing my own research. I spoke to lot of different clinicians, all my dentist friends, and I find Dr. Ben Sutter. He's treating headaches, migraines, and TMJ issues for over 20 plus years with research based proven technique and technology.
Okay.
So I started taking his course and I started taking his personal mentorship in this particular field, and his knowledge, his implementation. We still talk if I have any patient. We still talk one-on-one personally through Zoom call. Sometimes we do 3-way calls with the patient as well. So he guides me on like how or what approach I do take for this particular case. But he's on the mission to treat these kind of situations and really help the people in the least invasive or very impactful way.
So what kind of technology do you use in situations like this to, I guess, measure the amount of force or the amount of adjustment that is going to be needed for the patient?
So he come up with his own protocol based on the technology available out there. It's called T-scan bite analysis system and bio EMG, which tracks your muscles movement along with your bite. It's a sensor-driven, proven technology. It's been in dentistry for 25 plus years, and they have a group of dentists across the world who were and they are still involved in the ongoing research, how the body's muscles function and the neurology kind of works together in harmony. And when they find imbalance between the muscles and the nerves, especially when their problem actually starts, so they kind of find where is the actual imbalance and try to bring everything into harmony with a proven and or more accurate data standpoint. And they
So if I'm watching this from home, I'm trying to, I guess, visualize what it is we're talking about. What we're talking about when you're biting down, the force from your upper teeth and your lower teeth and the way that your teeth come together and situated, you're talking about if somebody's occlusion is not ideal, by making minor adjustments, you can differentiate the bite and the amount of force, therefore changing the amount of force.
yes.
Okay.
So it's all about like having that even distribution of the biting forces among all the teeth. That's the goal, and that's if those biting forces are not evenly distributed, it will eventually start creating problem. And so it's again rule of energy. So when one particular tooth having lot of forces means it generates lot of energy, so the energy has to transfer somewhere. So either it transfer to muscles and eventually nerve and the joint. But if we control that forces and control the energy and divert it to other areas of the mouth, it will be kind of like still function in harmony. And that's the basic concept behind adjusting the bite and still find the balance between the muscles movements and all.
Incredible. This is a good conversation. This is something that I think a lot of people, I don't know what the statistics are, but I think that there's a high percentage of people that do clinch or grind at night.
Yes.
And they probably are researching and looking for different ways out there to alleviate pain and discomfort. This is obviously one of those ways. So you're kind of, leading the educational charge in this area for letting people know of this type of service that you're providing.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Yes, I'm trying to do, and I'm still learning in this area. Yes, I do have good education and training, and I'm confident about at least helping people as much as I can with my best knowledge. But I'm still learning a lot in this area. But it really makes me so much motivated when I see when they are out of pain or when they see the difference in like no time, especially when they are on pain meds for many years and still they don't find a solution to fix the problem or be out of the pain or discomfort. And with this proven technology and method, I have like many patients, they really kind of like thanking me because they went back to their normal routine life without any medication, and they avoid lot of stressful or aggressive surgeries to get rid of the pain. So that's something make me happy as well.
That's great. I think about the previous guests that I've had on my show, and I feel like just about every single doctor has had a pretty remarkable story that they've had, to be able to tell. And it's a real testament to the character that they possess, not just being a clinical doctor. A question that I ask a lot, and I want to ask you is, when it comes to where you're at right now and everything that you've done and accomplished, right? So born and raised in India, you become a dentist. You have to move to the United States, redo it again. You become a business owner. You're a father, you're a husband, you're doing all these things. What's the toughest? What would you say is the toughest part about life right now?
So, well, middle of this year, something happened in my family which was completely unexpected, and it just changed everything in my family too. In end of April, my wife had a brain stroke. It was like it was one of the Saturday morning, and they were ready to go to Disney, and uh, I didn't know. I didn't know what's really happening to her, and that particular situation. Yes, we went to hospital, and one of my friend, he lined up the doctors for her, and we took care of her in timely manner. But once everything is done, she was out of the procedure. Something really happened, which was completely unexpected or very odd. So the recovery after stroke was very instant for my wife, and even doctors were surprised, like they haven't seen such a things in their entire life.
Mm-hmm.
And once everything was done, and me and my friend was kind of sitting outside ICU, and he told me he knows my little spiritual journey and my spiritual things I do on day-to-day basis.
When you say spiritual, I mean you're Hindu?
Yes, I'm Hindu.
Okay.
I go to temple once a week. I do prayers twice a day, and do my own rituals. And this is I'm doing since I born, because my family, they are doing as well. So I watched I grew up watching them and implement in my life, and obviously I started doing that with my kids as well. So, and it was very delicate situation with my wife thing, and he told me after everything was done, he was like, it was really tough call for the neurointervention doctor to perform surgery on your wife, and he was like, it was very less chances for her to be survived. He was that open, but at the end, and he was like, he doesn't believe in God. Still, he's Hindu too. He doesn't go to temple. He has like no belief in God. But he said like, you go to temple and you do all this spiritual activity, and he feels that the God was with us in this situation, and he made it work, not us, not the doctors.
Without a doubt.
Yes.
Especially considering the fact that she was so young, your wife was
Yes.
so young to have this happen, and for her to make a full recovery
Yes.
is
It was
incredible.
right after the procedure. Like she was almost 80% recovered after the procedure, like right, literally next 1 hour. She didn't have to go to rehab, and no physical therapy was required.
What was going through your mind when all this was happening? Were you scared? Were you like, we're just like, from an emotional standpoint, as a man, what are you feeling? What are you thinking?
Well, I was little worried, like what's really. I wasn't really focusing on like why it happens and all. I was just preparing myself, how I hold myself together for my kids, and still be with my wife, because that was my biggest concern, because my parents were in India, my in-laws were not here. So I was like, it's I have to somehow I have to hold myself strong and stand, and because I have kids to look after. Whatever happens with my wife, that is not in my control. Yes, it will make me sad or depressed or down, but I have to be holding myself and keep on going with whatever comes out.
So strong in your faith, and you feel
Yes.
like your faith is what really helped you and your
Yes.
family through this. What have you learned, I guess, that you didn't learn? What have you learned about yourself going through this whole experience, and kind of how has it changed the way you look at your family and the way you look at your business and life?
So that's what I realized. Like, I've been practicing that, or I constantly developing this thought our life is very uncertain. Even with this thing happened with my wife, there is something happened when I was in dental school in India, and with couple of my friends passed away in very young age. So I knew that like the life is very uncertain, but something really changed my mind is you have no time to wait to do good for others, because you don't know when is your last day or last moment. You don't want to wait for the right time to come. This time is right for you. Do the right thing, help people, be compassionate, and just if you cannot do anything good for anybody, just don't harm them. That's the biggest lesson I learned.
Yeah, that's a good lesson.
Yes.
And when you say that, I sitting across from you, I can feel that. Like I can feel that from you. I feel like you're a very genuine, good person that is here to do good things. So I'm hoping that this message resonates with people, especially if you live in this area and you're looking for a dentist. I think that you're an amazing human being, Dr. Patel.
Yes, I'm trying, like nobody is perfect, but at least I have that very clear mindset behind this. Like, help people the best way you can. Not really, yes, as being a business, you still have to take care of your business financially and all, but still have that clear, concise about helping people, do the right things for them, and just don't focus on the finances only. That's the biggest lesson I learned, because being a practical, when you die, you have two options, whatever you have, either you give it or you leave it.
Yeah.
You're not going to take anything with you except good blessings from the people and your good karma.
Yeah.
That's the only two things going to come with you.
That's right. Speak it into existence, right?
Yes, absolutely.
What are one or two more things that you want to talk about before we close it?
So it's all about, especially for the dental professionals in the area, in the country, or whoever will listen to me down the road. Like, change your perspective in doing dentistry. Think first why you are doing such a treatment to the patient. Is it really going to beneficial to the patient? Is it really the right treatment? Because as being a dentist, we know within our heart, before we present any treatment modalities to any patient, will it be good or the best treatment for them or not? Sometimes we do it because we just want to do it. Just change your perspective. Why? And ask your another question to yourself. How you want to see that particular patient 5 years, 10 years, 15 years down the road? And ask that question, and that tells you more the way you treating them, or you come up with different options, or you come up with a less invasive approach to them, and still making their life better or good. So I think that will be my message to everybody. Like, just ask first question why, and how it will change or have positive impact in somebody's life. With the work you doing should last long, have no negative impact in their life or any problems down the road moving forward, and then perform dentistry.
Yeah, that's powerful. You talked a couple times about giving back, right? Because so many people have been an instrumental part of your journey. If I am a young dentist in India right now, and I have aspirations very similar to you, if I'm going to learn from your experience, or you want to share an experience or two, something that you learned, that if you could tell your younger self, hey, we need to do this differently, or watch out for this. Your journey from India to the United States, what advice do you have for somebody that's going through it the same way you were back in 2013?
Well, I would say one thing very honestly to anybody who is in India or who or wherever they are in the world. When I come to this country, I had a different mindset, but now I am at the different mindset too, in especially in dentistry. Wherever you are, you still have the same people. Doesn't matter you are in United States or you are in India or you are in Africa. If you want to create a difference in somebody's life, place doesn't matter. You just have to have that positive mindset, helping people, making difference in somebody's life and giving back to the community. The resources are available. The world is getting smaller and smaller day by day. We have all the resources available here in India as well, or in any other countries.
Mm-hmm.
But so develop yourself to the point or to that mindset, like you want to create difference in people's life, make their life better.
And that sounds kind of like how you want to be remembered
Absolutely.
as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I will have that message to anybody. So it's not like only you can do this such a things when you come to United States. Yes, you can perform better here versus the other countries, but you still have people who is in need of help.
Absolutely. Well, look, I think you're a tremendous person with an incredible story, and I'm so glad you're able to share it. I hope if you're watching this episode, you find value in Dr. Patel and everything that he's been through and will continue to go through as you open your second practice and continue to kind of plant your foot and your will and your mission in the community here in Central Florida. So I appreciate you and thank you so much for being on the show.
Yep, thank you so much. I really appreciate your help as well, and I know I'm really impressed by your own story. Yes, I didn't know until you bring it to me, and when we met after your procedure was done and all. So it really inspires me, because the way you are on mission to help or giving back it to community and spread awareness and how we can change the people's life, it really makes me motivated and think in a different direction. Obviously in a dentistry plus outside the dentistry as well, but trust me, you are a true inspiration too.
Appreciate it. Thank you. All right.
I was down, but now I'm up. Yeah. It's all God